Hypixel Skyblock just released for a new 0.14 update, adding the Hex, a system allowing you to instantly max an item, adding the RNG meter to Catacombs, and adding dungeon essence and enchantment books to the Bazaar for easier purchase. In theory, these are very good changes. However, for the most part, the way these changes were implemented is very counterintuitive and actually makes it significantly harder for items to be exchanged in some cases. First things first, the changes to the RNG meter are just about perfect, and I wouldn't change the way they did this at all. When running a certain Slayer or dungeon floor, you have the option to select any RNG drop to focus on, and once you cross the item's threshold of XP required, you immediately get the item at the next opportunity. Pretty simple and pretty effective. However, my problems with this update start to come up with just about every other feature. I can't speak on Shen's auctions because at the time of recording this video they haven't been enabled yet, but the rest of this update could have been rolled out a lot better. The simplest example of this is probably the Hex. The feature itself is very good from what I've seen, however it is locked by a staggering 100 million museum value requirement. This is a problem. There is absolutely no reason to lock this feature behind this steep of a barrier, especially since it was introduced to us with the problem that players at any stage of the fucking game have trouble maxing out their items effectively. Locking the Hex behind the 100 million museum value basically blocks the feature off entirely to players who aren't already immensely wealthy. Speaking of features that are blocked off to the large majority of Skyblock, trading essence is locked behind Catacombs level 20. Again, there is absolutely no reason to fucking do this. Essence is very scarce to players below Catacombs 20, and being able to buy it and sell it would help them immensely in starring gear or as just a good way to make money when doing dungeons. Players above Catacombs 20, ironically enough, won't even get that much benefit from this feature. They will most likely have a significant portion of the assets they need to start gear just by playing dungeons, which again is not a luxury lower level players have. So far this update just makes the rich richer and the poor poorer, which is nothing new, but what if I told you this update also hurts endgame players? Enchanted books can now also be sold on the Bazaar, including Chimera 5 among other prestigious enchants. So, what's the big deal, you may be asking? Well, the Bazaar currently limits the price of any item sold at 500 million coins, and if my math is correct, a Chimera 5 book is currently worth about 1.6 billion, making them virtually unsellable on the Bazaar, unless of course you like being cheated out of all your fucking money. Sure, you could just buy 16 Chimera 1 books, but this problem still stands in general, especially with items like the Inferno Apex, which are worth even more than a Chimera 5 book. Let's draw this back around to the example of Essence. The change of adding Essence to the Bazaar was likely added because players were already buying and selling Essence, just not in an official way. You would trade the item you wanted Essence applied onto a player advertising the sale of their Essence. These types of trades have a high rate of being scams because of how easy it is to scam a player through a trade menu, because it is a system heavily based on trust. Moving items like Chimera 5 to the Bazaar will essentially create this problem on a higher level, because now there is absolutely no way to sell Chimera 5 anymore without being ripped off due to the price limit of the Bazaar. Congratulations, Hypixel, you have not only not fucking solved the problem you were trying to address, but created a new instance of the same problem among endgame players with exponentially more coins at risk. Truly incredible shit. So yeah, this update has some great features and great ideas, but the implementation of them is anywhere from frustrating to downright idiotic. Thanks for watching.